Hi there. This is Meri at the.meri.atelier. Today is Saturday, February 9th, and this is an unlisted stream. You should not see any in this stream if you see it being listed as a stream. This is what I call a project video. There are some other live streams going on right now. I did a stream earlier this morning, so I just decided to do some standalone streams, and I'm going to work on some projects, and then I'll review them, and if they're good enough to go public, I will make them go public. I'm wanting to do more work in my February 19 art journal. I'm wanting to doodle some envelopes. I did a doodle challenge game on Thursday night, and I gave away some envelopes, and I want to redo them. So I'll be doing that in this stream. Now, I also want to talk about, because this morning, let me set these aside here. This morning, we got into a discussion about dollar store double-sided tape and what you thought about it. It does not have a strong bond, to put it bluntly. However, there may be some good uses for it. I have shown this journal that I started last year, and it really is a word journal where I'm keeping my journal spots that I cut out, like money, 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 and these are things that I might want to use when I'm doing glue booking, tours, reading room, kids, and accidental. These are the ones that I'm going to put in here right now this afternoon. I have been using this rubber cement, but I will tell you, I started doing this in 2017, and then I put it away. And some of these thinner papers, well, now this one comes up nice enough, but I've been pointing out that some of these thinner papers that you get out of magazines, the really thin papers, do not come up well. And I don't know if it's because I got too much glue on them. This might be one. What I know for sure, see, it's starting to tear for me here. It's starting to tear in there. And I think that I put too much of this rubber cement on there, and it's bonding to my, this is just waxed paper that I have here. I made an extra waxed paper page, and I think I'll go out here and work on it. It's probably way at the back. I'm going to be doing a lot more pages here because I have a lot of journal spots. Let's finish this page. Let me flip over to this page. It doesn't matter in here. I'm not putting these in any type of order. I got my ring. These are just ring binders. I got my page caught on that ring binder there, in there. I need to punch a bigger hole so that can go through. We'll just leave it like that. Now it's the same way here. Let's just pull it through if I can there. There, and let's pull that through. I need to punch larger holes so the ends of this ring binder can go through easy, but that's another story. So I've been putting my journal spots out here. I've been making my own pages. I showed how I made one in one of my live streams this morning. Here, this is that's my November page. I've got a blank page in here that I made. I'll go back in and make more of these, but not today. So instead of putting rubber cement on these, what I was thinking this morning is that I can use this double-sided tape. And you can probably use as much as you want on here because it is not going to have a strong bond, but it may have enough stickiness to stick it down to if you do this. See, I can pull that right up. I can pull it right up off of the page, but it has enough stickiness on there that it will keep it in there, and it'll keep it in there pretty good. So let's just go ahead and put these in. And just kind of tape them down in there, and I'm going to see how long these stay in. This is the one with the kids. So the bottom half of this is going to be put in with double-sided tape. So even if you find a product that is not performing like you would like it to, try to find another use for it, especially if you bought it and it's disappointing you. Who knows? It might work for something else. Like, see, I can just pull these right up. Now, I'm hoping that they'll have enough of a bond to keep them in there until I want to pull them up. That's the story. Will they do that? Let's put the money one down in there. So I might go to the dollar store. I got this as Dollar General. I might go to the dollar store and buy more of this if it works well for these, because I have a lot more of these words that I want to put in here just to organize. And I don't care if it sticks on my paper and I can't get it up. I think I could pull it right off the back of my paper too, because I'm going to be gluing it down anyway. I got one more. I think these are going to be just fine. See, I can lift it right up. So yeah, I'll buy it to do that. It's a lot cheaper than paying $4 for a bottle of rubber cement. Let's put this right in here, maybe accidental. Put it right in there. So, and I will say, if you find one that's stuck really hard and you're afraid that you're going to tear it, what you can do is get on the other side of it. Now, I've got something on the other side here. Hopefully, you won't have anything on there. Let's see if I can pull this off. Get in there with your scissors and just cut it off. Just like this. Just cut it off. And you can always glue it down. Now, I'm going to be cutting. Maybe I can peel enough of this that I won't cut my... Because this is just wax paper. This is just wax paper. It isn't like you're destroying anything. There, I cut it out, and I can still use this. And even though I couldn't get it entirely off of this without ripping it all off, I can, it doesn't matter if something's on the back of it, because I'm going to glue it down. You know, maybe you could trim it up a little more, however you wanted, before you glued it down. And just say, oops, I didn't want to use that. Well, you've lost your bond on the back because you still have your wax paper there, but just take some of your double-sided tape. Your new use for double-sided tape that's not sticky, doesn't have a strong bond. There you go. So I am going to be filling this book with blank pages and going in and putting, this is how I'm going to organize my words. And I may get creative if I get these done and start doing my fussy cut images in this type of a journal too, because I like to have it organized enough. Have it organized enough that I can just flip through the pages if I want to go glue booking. I just got an extra page here. See, and I'm looking for something. What can I put on that page? What's a good quote? So this is something that you're going to see me using and doing a lot more. And I'll probably start doing that with my fussy cut images too. I'll have to get me some more 3-ring binders. I believe I got these at the only trouble I'm having with this is I don't have my holes punched wide enough for the hook portion of these rings to go through, and they get caught in there. So I'll have to be adjusting that, but I'm not going to do that right now. What I want to do right now is, in this video, I want to work on doodling some envelopes. And I'm going to use the doodles that I did for game number 4. I actually streamed on Thursday night instead of Friday night, and we had game number 4, and these are the doodles. We were looking at a painted chair out there on the Metropolitan Museum of Art in their public access library. And I pulled these off of that these designs off of that painted chair. And I'm using them to inspire my doodles. So this one and this one and this one came from the painted chair. The braid right here came from a fussy cut that Aunt Beck sent me. And this came from a picture frame that Annie V sent me a picture of her great-grandmother. And this came off of that picture frame. This one, I was working in my Art Doll magazine, and I started doing these diamonds, these curved diamonds. That was from last week's game. And I started doing them, and I'm doing a diamonds and pearl design there. So that one kind of came later in the later in the video, in the stream. That one, I usually do five or 10. Here I did 6 of them. But this one came much later in the stream for those of you that were playing along with me. So what I want to do is go out and doodle on these envelopes in this stream. And when I'm done, I'll end this stream. I have other art that I want to do, but I'm going to do them in standalone videos and post them individually. So what did I do with the pages that I wanted to put in there? What did I do with those? Here they are. I have these pieces of paper that catch all the markers bleed through. But they will bleed through to the other side, but this prevents them from bleeding on through from front to back and from back to front. So I just put it in. The paper's a little short. I have to shuffle it from one side to the other. But we'll just put these in. I've already given the envelopes away, but I did not like the ones that I did in the chat. So I put those in my journal up here as pockets. I made some pocket pages this morning right in here. So, and I'm going to do, hopefully I'm going to be doing better envelopes. Now I'm going to make 4 of them instead of 3 because I'm going to send one as happy mail as a surprise to somebody. And I'm not going to tell you who here. They'll get it. They'll be surprised. So here we are. Now I need to reach in. I like to, when I do these envelopes, because these markers are Pen Plus Gear markers, I get them 2 for 44 cents at Walmart. I do like to start out with fresh markers. I have my markers. Let me get this pink one out. I have black markers that I use, but as you use them, they do get, especially the black ones, they get fuzzy. They you know, you use all the ink in them. So when I'm doing fresh, new envelopes, I like to use new markers. And 22 cents a pen, I can afford to open up some new markers. And I buy them all the time at Walmart. I don't buy just a package. I buy 8 of them at a time. These are well worth their value if you're just working in your art journal. That's permanent ink. I like them a lot. I use these all the time, and I hope they never raise the price on them. I would be very disappointed if they did. So let me reach over here and get a piece of paper. If I can reach and grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to put under this to catch the ink on the back if I slip on the back. Okay, and I'll put these over here. I'm going to keep my colored ones out, keep my scissors out, and I'm going to start doing some of these doodles. Now, I really liked this diamond one that I did. And on one of mine, I did this basket weave down in here. Like, here's where your envelope closes. And I did the basket weave in here. I think I'm going to do the diamond and pearls in here. I think I'm going to do my braid around here. So let's start out doing the braid and make sure, I'm talking to me. Meri, when you do the braid, make sure that you have your inside paper, which catching all your little marks, kind of pushed up against. And then when I get down here, I'll move that paper down. So this braid, I'm going to use my marker, but I do know that it's going to have to be fairly large to catch it. Let me zoom in. And I'm going to be talking through this. So if you are bored with it, you might want to move on to another video and come back and look at the result, or let's move my camera over a little, or just slide the slider bars through. Go up a little, because this is not going to be a fast forward video. This is just going to be me out here doodling, and there you go. So I'm going to do the braid first. And the braid, I was showing them how I did it in here. And I started out putting these stair-stepping down. But I realized, as I've never done a really long one, I just did a short one up on the other page over here. I just did a short one in my stream. And it looks okay there. But when you do a really long braid, you can't stair-step like this too long, or these red marks will go off the edge. So down here at this point, I started putting them underneath of each other, but I think I need to make these a little bit more curvy to make them actually look like a string or a thread, like the blue and the green ones are. So that's what I'm going to try to attempt here. So we're going to attempt, and I think I'll do each envelope as I go here. So let's see how this works. And I'm going to talk through this too. So if you missed how I did the braid while I was showing this, listen up, because I'm going to talk through it again. I start out with this line right here. So I just draw two curves, just like that. Just like that. Two curves. Now I'm working down the envelope this way. Okay. Now I'm going to come pretty much directly under it, and I'm going to draw two more curves. All right. And then on the second one, I'm going to draw a right leg. Should curve this way, a right leg curving this way, and a left leg curving up this way. Okay. And then we're just going to repeat this motif right here. Maybe I should zoom in one more so that you can see it closer up again. Let's zoom in one more here. There. This motif right here, this second motif, not the top lines, but that motif just gets repeated all the way down. And of course, I'm going to slant down the edge of the envelope this way. I want my braid to come down this way and head back up this way. So now on this one, I stair-stepped my center marks. I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to try to keep them curvy, fat and curvy, and not stair-stepping them. So here's another motif. Here's the right leg. Here's the left leg. Here's the center motif. Here's the right leg. And actually, I should put a paper. Let me grab another paper here and just kind of fold it. I should have a colored paper, but we're going to do it here. We don't want our lines to fall off like that. That's okay on this one. It'll glue down, or it'll be okay on that one. But I want my, and I probably need to move my braid over a little because I see I'm not getting much of a left leg. So let's move it over a little. A right leg and a left leg coming up that way. A right leg. and a left leg. Okay, now I moved this braid over this way a little because I was not getting much space in here for my left leg. So the more you do these, the more you'll understand what's going on. And then, of course, you might want to go back up to the top and put in a left and a right leg there. Okay, so let's do it again. The center, the right leg, and the left leg. The center, the right leg, and the left leg. And you can see I'm not being terribly precise on these as I do this. I'm doing the best I can, but if they're not precise, remember, these are doodles. These are doodle envelopes. Here's the center, the right leg, and the left leg. The center, the right leg, and the left leg. See these little marks coming off over on my scrap paper? That's okay. Let's just outline this in black. That'll be fine. No worry. All right. The center and a right leg and a left leg. Now, let's see. At one point, I'm going to have to turn. I think I can get another one on here. The center, the right leg, the left leg. Now, I'm going to start turning here. So the center, the right leg coming this way, the left leg kind of going up there. Let's shade this in. And we can shade in over here too. Let's just draw, let's draw a line. Let's draw a line all the way up here. And just kind of shade in here. Just to make it stand out a little. It'll go like that. Now, I'm going to go back in and color these, so it'll make more sense when I get them colored. Let's do this side. The center, the left leg, I'm going to let it come clear around there, and the right leg. Now, I might have to shove this over a little on this one, so I'm going to put my center one here, which is quite a ways over from that one, and I'm going to do another right leg and left leg. A center, a right leg, and a left leg. Just like that. Just keep going. Now I'm going to try to make these center lines fall underneath of each other again. Like this. It takes a little practice, but actually you're just doing that one motif. Center, right leg, and left leg. You're doing it over and over and over until you get your entire braid. Now you could, for a braid, bring this center one and make it more like, let's play with this. See, I'm drawing it like this. Center, right leg, left leg, and then center, right leg, left leg. That's what I'm doing all the way down. You could, if you want to play with it a little bit more, make your center line a little bit fatter. Right leg, left leg, like that. And keep your center lines really the same width as your right and left legs. So that, you know, like when you braid hair, or you could even turn them the other way. Let's try that. I've never really done that because I was following the pattern. Let's flip it over here. Let's try turning the center line going this way instead of this way. See, I'm pointing my curves to the right. The curves are pointed this way on this one and this way on this one. So, boy, that's interesting. If I wanted to do it the other way, boy, that's interesting. That's a challenge. That's a challenge. So I'm doing it this way, like this. So I'd have to practice that one a little bit more, but it's a pretty motif, isn't it? So this is actually a mirror image of what I'm doing here. That's interesting. Well, you can see it here on the back. See, this is the mirror image. This is where I'm drawing it on these envelopes, my curves are pointing that way. It's a mirror image of what I actually drew over here, where the curves are pointing this way. But I kind of like that. All right, that was just a little rabbit trail. Let's go ahead and finish my envelopes here. And I will tell you, the more you do these, the more you practice it, and any doodler knows that, the more you practice, the better they'll get. And I'm not saying these are going to be the very best, but they'll be my doodles, and you'll get it. You can cut it up. Whoever won these have already been given away. I'm just redoing the envelopes so that they have them. Right leg, left leg, center line, there. Now, what I want to do, that's a kind of a pretty braid, isn't it? Now, you could braid with 3 colors. I used red. I think I'm going to use my orange and my blue. I used green this morning, but the green kind of, let's see, let me practice with this. Maybe if I'll make it purple in the center. Okay. Purple in the center and a purple in the center. This is a lavender color, and the red and blue. Make 1 line red. The red's awfully bright, but I do like that. And 1 line blue. So we're braiding with 3 colors here. Or should I do orange? Could do orange and red all the way down. That would be a pretty, or orange and blue. Well, here's an orange and red one. I don't know if I like that. They're on the same color plane there. I like this one. I think I'll do this one. That gives me 3 different colors. So let's just go in here really fast and let's just color our braid. A lavender. And I'm not much for wanting to do color booking or color in shapes. It's just not my thing. But I'm enjoying doing these doodles, and I'm enjoying using the markers to color them. So this may get me into that. I don't know. We will see. We will test that out. LP Red Flower. I won a subscriber challenge on her channel, last year sometime, and she sent me a color book of teacups. Let's see, I was going to do red and blue. What did I do with my red? Here it is. And she sent me a color book of teacups. There's the red. And I haven't done anything with that yet. And I'm thinking of using that in a project. Now, every other one is going to be red here. So those of you who do a lot of coloring, you might try some of this doodling and color it in. Or you know what I might do on one game that I do? I might send the doodles black and white and not color them in, and then just do a page and challenge them to color it. Or I might do a page of doodles and put them out in a share folder, like a Dropbox or something like that, as a thank you to everybody. I'm nearing 7,500 subscribers, not too long from now. I might put some doodles out there and a page of doodles on a share folder, and just say go to it. Use them as you like. Use them and build your own pattern book or color them in. Do whatever you want. Let's see. Let's put a little red in there. Oh, I'm liking that. Let's go ahead and put in the blue. Do we want the blue? Yeah, I think I'll use the blue. I could go to a darker purple, but let's just put the blue in here. And actually, I could get a little touch of red off here to the side, too. A little touch of red there. And a little touch of Well, that's blue. So, and doing these envelopes, let me tell you, doing these envelopes as envelope art, mail art, and just putting a piece of paper in there and say, thank you for visiting the TheMeriAtelier, doing that is not going to cost a lot. Sometimes when you do swaps and all of that, mail is getting more expensive. You pay a lot more in postage than what you expected. But I'm enjoying doing these doodles on envelopes. So this is a very inexpensive way to share your art. It's just to do them right on the envelope. Put a piece of paper in there and put a postage stamp on it. It shouldn't take more than one. It should not take more than one. So here we are with the first braid. Now after I'm going to go back and amend what I said. I said that I was not going to fast forward in here, that I'm going to talk through it all, but I'm lying to you. I changed my mind. Look at that. Whoops, this way. Too much, Meri. This way. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Now, it will come through. It's as strong here on the back. Look, this is the back of this. It's as strong on the back as it is on the front. Now, I have some white showing in there. I could go in with the black over here. Let's do that. What I'm going to do, the reason I'm lying to you is that I've changed my mind. I think I will doodle one envelope and talk through it. And then I'll go through fast forward in the other two envelopes. That will shorten this video significantly. There we go. Loving that. And that way I'll have a pattern of the first envelope for the other three that I'm going to do. All right, there's my braid. Now I have this, I'm calling this the filling stitch. Gloria said that it looks like the right angle weave. I think she learned in beading. And we were talking and I noticed that I got out of frame with it when I was talking this morning. She was telling me how to fill in the squares or draw the squares first. And then as you draw the squares, it forms these little notches that here. And I filled these notches in so it would actually be reversed. I think I'll do that. Maybe I will do that. I want to get all my doodles on here. Maybe I'll do that. Let's see. I want to put a star flower there and a star flower there. Do I dare put it in here? Yes, I'm going to. We will see. We will see how this turns out. No, I want to put I might put that on the front. Meri's thinking. Jeri is thinking how she wants to do these. Let's see. I need more room on my desk. What do I want to do here? I want to put, I think what I'm going to do is my curved diamonds down in here. And this one I enjoy doing. Let me show you how I do this. I'm going to start right down at this point. And this is what I call a black pearl. It's just a big black dot. But I'm calling it a black pearl. And then I'm doing what I call a curved diamond. I think I picked that off of last week's. Let's see what last week's doodle prompts were. Where did I do last week's? Come on. Do I have them in here? This is Doodle Game 4. Come on, do I have Doodle Game 3 in here? Yes, I do. Yes, I do, don't I? Yes. Here. Have to find them. Get it in frame here. This is my curved diamond. I picked that off of that terracotta dish that we did in my stream on February 1st. It's a curved diamond, and I filled it in with pink, and then it had these little swishy marks in there. I'm not putting the swishy marks in. So I will show you what I'm planning to do on the envelope with my curved diamonds here. Get it all centered. I've zoomed in really far, so I have to figure out how to center this so you can see it there. All right, so I got what I call my black pearl, and I'm going to do a curved diamond here, just like that. I'm going to put a black pearl around it and a black pearl around it. And I'll put another curved diamond there. Now, I've got to go to it here. There's going to be, actually, I'll have another curved diamond here and one that comes out here, sort of, and a line there, and it will kind of, it will actually go up into here. This glue will cover it up. The flap will cover it up, but I'm going to go ahead and draw it in there. And one that goes up this way, and well, actually I got that kind of wonky, but I'll cover that up anyway. So, and this one will come down like this. I'm doing this curved diamond, just like that. I got to remember how I did this. A curved diamond up, and it will actually have, it will have pearls in it too, but it won't show up because this is going to be glued down. And it'll come like this, and like this. I have a black pearl there. That now I need to stop. I might actually draw a line here with my flap of my envelope and a line here, because I'm going to fill this entire space in with my curved diamonds, my diamonds and pearls. So here, and then a black pearl right in here. And did I do that right? It'll come down this way. I'm getting them kind of squished together, but that's okay, really. They don't all have to be the same size. I'm thinking how I want that. I want another one here. I'm doing this one a little bit differently, I think, because I'm getting these in there. So, but that's okay. We'll do it that way. I'm actually putting diamonds in my circle here. Let's just continue that. Let's put a, so I've actually done my circle. I'll show you the difference. Right in here, I got it zoomed in awfully fast, awfully far. Right in here, I just have blank circles. In here, I actually put my curved diamond inside of a circle in here. I kind of like that too. So I just kind of, I mess around with these while I go. I don't know if I can keep doing that. I hope I can. Let's see. I should have drawn all my diamonds first. That's how that happened. Like this, and then down like this, and like that. And another diamond here. A pearl, a pearl. I'll have to doodle this one on here as a variation in my book, as a variation, because this is different than what I actually did in my book. So it kind of comes like that, which is okay. It's okay. It's all okay. There's another diamond. This comes this way. This is the top of a diamond. It's got a black pearl here. I've got another leg, another diamond coming up this way and that way and this way and that way. I'm actually doing this so it looks like little flowery little flowers in there is what it's turning out to look like, which is very different than what I did in here and over here. These don't have all those little flowers in them. I could go back and put the flower petals in there, but we're going to leave them like this for now. And I could actually shade the diamonds in. Let's shade them in. Let's, yeah, I'm going to shade. I'm going to keep these black and white. I'm going to shade the diamonds in. But what I did was I actually added a line here to inside of that circle to make it look like little petals in there. But I like that. Now it kind of holds it kind of hides when I shade in, it kind of hides that black pearl unless I use a different color. But I'm going to keep these black and white. If I made the pearls a different color or made the diamonds a different color, it would show up my black pearls. And that comes this way. And am I all the way down here? Let's make sure that my paper's down there. And that comes down that way. And I do another curve up that way, and a curve this way, and a curve this way, and this way, and this way. I'm talking to now. See, I've seen to me making this smaller in order to get it in there. I really shouldn't do that. I really should keep them the same size. And that's my diamond there and the curve there. And so I lost track. Let's color this in. So I lose track of this sometimes. And when I start to lose track, then I this way and that way. So that's the outer. So it really needs, this really needs to come that way. I'm losing track because I'm getting to the point to where the diamond disappears in there. So this is really another diamond in here. But we'll just leave it like that. Let's go over and finish this side. So I have a leg that comes out this way. And let's see, let's put a diamond there, and here and here and here, I believe, yes, and here and a diamond, and then I'm connecting these. Let's shade these in. We've got a bit of a diamond shade up here and in here and in here. And this is a diamond that's shaded in. See why I like a fresh new marker? It just, it flows. Once my marker is not fresh anymore, I don't get that nice flow of ink. And that's with any marker. That's with any marker. But these markers are inexpensive, so, you know, if you can afford to use a new marker. Let's see, I need colored in here. There. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Let's see now. I'm going to come this way with my diamond shape and down this way and put a marker up, a diamond. There are diamonds down here, or heads of diamonds. Diamond heads. Diamond Head. Isn't there a place called Diamond Head? So I'll go ahead and I'm going to talk while I'm making these doodles. And then when I start a new envelope, I will still be doodling on the other envelopes, but I'm going to go into fast forward so that you won't see a 3-hour video out there. It'll take me some time to get through all of these doodles. And I want my envelope, I don't want just a few little doodles on here. I want them I want them covered. When you get a doodle envelope, you're getting a doodle envelope from me. You're not just getting any old envelope out there. Let's do this one. I'm liking this. And let's color in this one. Coloring in actually helps me see the shapes a little better. When you don't color it in, they all start to, your eye starts seeing, or this one needs to be colored in. Your eye starts seeing them all together. And as you color them in, you kind of see the shapes a little better. Now, I noticed when I was reviewing my video, and I do go out and review my videos, and I listen to the chat. I try to catch as much of the chat as I can. But I noticed toward the end of my video this morning that my voice started getting wavy and wonky. And that was because I did not have my laptop plugged in, and I was down to 6% battery power. So I recharged my battery. Let's see. Got the diamond shape coming this way and this way. And there's just a little bit of a diamond there. We've got the diamond shape coming down this way and this way. And then there's a flower petal there. And there's a diamond coming in that way. And a diamond coming that way. And a petal that way. And let's see. There probably should be a hook there, and this would come down this way, and there will be a pearl there and a line there and maybe a line there. So let's go ahead and shade these diamond heads in. Yeah. I thought I made a mistake. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. This is the upper part of a diamond. I'm calling them diamond heads because it's that part of the diamond. And they go off of the envelope there. I'm going to shade. This has a kind of a pearl. You can't see the pearls very well when I make them all black and white. And it's actually looking like a lot of flowers on here. This way. I'm liking that. I'll shade this one in. Shade it in this way. There we go. Maybe just a bit of a one down in here. Just to finish it off. There. I'm liking that. So I got my braid and my curved diamonds, which is an entirely different doodle than what I did. I see I didn't shade this one in, did I? It's an entirely different doodle than what I did Thursday night, but it's a take on it. Let's go back to my doodle page. Gotta move it over, move it over, move it over. See, this is what I did Friday night. This is what I did this afternoon. But I used that same technique of the curved diamond. But when I started making these lines, I started making curvy flowers out of them. That's okay. What else shall I do? Shall I do I want to do this. I'm in too much here. I want to do this motif, but I think I'll save it for the front of the envelope. I've got my basket weave stitch to do, and I have the star flowers. So I think I'm going to put my filling stitch basket weave, and you're not going to see it here, are you? Are you seeing it? No. Where am I? I need to be, let's just set it here, and I need to move my camera angle. Hold on a second. Let's go out here to my camera angle and go this way. Yeah. One more. Okay, let's see how does it. Oh, that works. Oh, I can go back one more. Hold on a minute. Let's go back one. There. There. So I'm going to do this in here, hopefully. And what what Gloria was telling me to do, and what I started doing, was drawing each little flower petal. And she said, don't draw the flower petal, draw the box on the inside. So I'm going to draw the box on the inside. I'm going to start over here, I think. So really, it's instead of a curved diamond, it's kind of a curved square, sort of like that. And then you just need to add your curves like this, and like this. Now, that is one little square. But what happens here is when you draw your next curve, this bottom one actually becomes the top one of the next motif. So I'll show you that. See right here, when I draw this one, we'll draw it right underneath of it. We'll draw this one and this one and curve it that way. So the left hand of this motif is actually the right hand of this motif. That was really hard for me to get a hold of. But doing it this way, I see it. I see it every time when I do it this way. And it has to curve in like this and curve out like that and curve out like this. And it does look like somebody said it looked like a cathedral quilt pattern, and it does. Let's see. I think that I'm going to, did I miss putting black there? I did. Let's get that piece of scratch paper. Oh, no, that's my envelope. What did I do with my scratch paper? I don't know what, oh, well, that's scrap paper, but that isn't the one I wanted. I probably left it in here someplace. Ah. Let me get another piece. Let's fold it in half here. I'll find it after chat, after the live stream is over. I want to put black marks around in here so that I can set this braid off from the next, the bottom, the one that's going to come underneath of it. I did on this side, but I didn't there. So that black will set this off. Now I'm debating whether I want to fill in the squares or the flowers. But right now I'm just going to continue putting in my squares because I want to fill this in. I'm going to fill it in just like this. So I'm actually drawing the square and not the petal. And that really does help me a lot to see this. That was a real helpful hint that Gloria gave me this morning. Kudos to Gloria. Maybe I should get her address, huh? Like that. Like this. Like this. Like this. Like this. Let's do another one. Like that. Whoops, the other way. Like that. Well, it looks like I'm going to fill these in. Like this. Like this. Like that. Like this. And this. And this. And this. How cool is this? How cool is this? Now let's come back over here. We're still doing these. Give it some space here. I'm drawing the squares, and then I'm putting the petals around them. Like that, like that, like that, like that. How cool is that? Let's do it again here. Comes in this way. And see again, let me mark this off. Let me show you. We have two sets of flowers here and here. But the left and right hands are the same. The left hand of this flower is this, but it's also the right hand of this flower. I can put it like this, maybe. Put it like that. See, the right hand of this flower is actually, excuse me, the left hand of this flower is also the right hand of this flower. I think that's very interesting design. I don't really take a lot of time, but as I was looking at that chair, I'm going, wow, look at that. I don't traditionally take a lot of time to analyze these type of things. I called it the filling stitch in my book because when I looked at it at first, it reminded me of a needlework filling stitch. There we go. I'm going to leave that there. Well, actually, you know what I could do? I could come down on all of them here and just make them a little darker just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. And even it's the same with the top and bottom. But see how that changes the entire look of the design? Just by making those lines a little bit darker. How fun. How fun that is. Now I was going to do the same thing over here. But do you know what I think I'll do? I'll do the same thing, but instead of leaving it like this, I'm going to color in the flower portion. So let's start. I like to start up in here. It just gives me a point. So I'm just drawing a curved square and a petal and a petal and a petal kind of goes up there. We've got another curved square right under it. And we're just drawing in the spaces around it. And I'm doing this whole line right here with the curved squares. So like that. I could go ahead and put these petals in. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll work across. Maybe that's what I'll do. So I'm working across now. This way and that way and this way. That was a real helpful hint, Gloria. If you're watching this, that was a very, very helpful hint about how to draw these. I learned so much from my viewers, and they're always helping me out. And that's why you need to listen and not pretend that you know it all. Somebody who comes in and streams may know a lot, but usually they're the ones who are giving tutorials and teaching. I'm not teaching. I'm out there having fun, and I learn as much as I show. I learned so much from you all. All right, so here we got a curve again and a curve this way. We're drawing our curved squares. Curved square, come in that way. Curved square this way and that way and that way. Curved square this way and that way and this way and this way and this way. Now, I do sometimes do tutorials, and I'm more likely to do a tutorial on a drawing video, perhaps. Let's go ahead and add our petals in here, which would be the top of the next curved square. I feel like I'm more comfortable doing a tutorial on a drawing video, or maybe a craft or something, a craft item that I'm making. So let's come in here with our other curved square like that. Curved square, curved square. But I'm very big on trying to listen. I don't catch everything in my chats. I'm trying to get better about catching things. I still have a ways to go to catch things in chat. We talked about that this morning in my recommendation to YouTube. All right. So now I need to do the top. Let me just do another box down here. And it comes this way and this way and this way and this way and this way. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Let's come that way and do our bottom one down here. And then the side ones here. So now, instead of leaving these open and put the dark line on it, I'm going to actually go in and color in my flowers. And so all you'll see, well, it depends kind of optic illusion, whether you're looking at the petal or the box. Are you looking at the flower or the box? So I'm coloring in the flower and leaving the curved box blank. I'm just going to do that all the way down here. Now let's finish these. Now I don't want to go down in here because that's part of this down here. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop at this one. I can get just a little in it there. Very graphic, very fun to do this. Not expensive. How much for a box of envelopes? A couple dollars. And this is just a white business envelope. The pen cost me 22 cents. And these probably did not cost me much more. I bought 18 for a pack of 10. Excuse me, $10 for a pack of 18. So there you go. How about that? And I get them at Walmart. They're called Pen Plus Gear. I've had several people ask me, and I just keep saying they come. The black ones come in a package where you get them 2 for 44 cents. They come in a package that look like this. They're called Pen Plus Gear. Walmart, I hope you never raise the price on those. Look at that. Whoops, got some tape. All right, look at that. Isn't that fun? Now, I have my flower braid and my stars, and I like this starred flower here. I might do a big starred flower there and put my little, well, I call this the star flower, and I just call this a star. See the difference? It's got a little flower. It's got a little flower in there. And then the little triangles. But the way they did this was really interesting. Let's start out right in here. We're going to put the little flower. I just kind of drew a little flower in here. Kind of want to get it in the center. And, 3 or 4, 6 petals, however. Let's just put them in there. Kind of doesn't have to be perfect. You might even want to go over it with some lines like that. Just to make it look like a little flower in there. Now they did let me get the book in view here. They did the little triangles. And on this one, they have 3 triangles at the top, 2 at the side, and 3 at the bottom. But the way they did it was really interesting because they had the top triangle with the point pointing up. But the 2 sides, they have the point pointing down. So point down and point down. On the 2 side triangles, the triangles point outwards. So the straight line comes here, the straight line there, and it points this way. And on this one, it points that way. On the bottom one, instead of the triangle pointing up, it points down. So I'm going to do the triangle with the point down, and then the two on either side, the triangles point up toward the other side ones like that. How interesting that was to see. There it is. Let's see. Let's do another kind of little outlines in there. Kind of like that. It's kind of lopsided. Let's put in a dark one in here. There. Sort of like that. All right, now I need something on either side, and I think I'm going to do those star ones. And they're just going to be sort of the same thing, but instead of the flower, they have the little cross here. But they have the same thing with 6 triangles point up, and then the 2 side ones point down like that. And then the bottom one, the triangle points down, and the 2 side ones point up like that. Let's do another one of those over here just to balance it out. Little cross in the center, triangle pointing up, 2 side triangles pointing down. The bottom one, the triangle points down, the center triangle points down, and the 2 sides point up. A very simple motif. Now, just because I can't leave blank space, I can't do it. No, I can't do it. I'm deciding whether I want to put diagonal lines or dots, and I think I'll do both. I'm just going to draw some diagonals because I love my diagonal lines. And you might want to, if you do this, you might want to not just draw over your motif, leave room in your motif like that, and just leave your motif alone. Kind of pretend that it's going around your motif, or your motif is setting over it like this. This one can probably come out like that. Stop there, do a little line there, a little line there, put in your diagonal, diagonal, diagonal. Now we want to go the other way. You just kind of make a little fence type thing, a little diamond type fence. Come here and there. Come over here, kind of stop, leave that area in there alone. The same way here, leave this whole area alone. Don't put diagonals in there, but do the diagonals around it. That kind of comes here and here. Maybe I'll do it up a little further there, here, and maybe there. Bring this down in to here, there, there, and there. Now, because I like the black edges, I'm going to put dark all around the edge here with my marker. Yeah. We'll edge this out too. And this is pretty well edged out except for the places where it's there. All right. Now, I wanted some dots. So I'm going to go in and put dots in here. Just randomly. I usually put in quite a few because I feel like it makes it fancy. And when I'm doing this with my fine line paint applicator, I have to be very careful because the paint can bloom out and blend in, the dots kind of merge into each other. So I have to be careful. Now, because I did all that, my 2 stars are kind of fading into the back. So I'm going to actually color in these instead of leaving them blank. I want these to show up better. So I'm going to color them in to make them stand out a little bit more. And you could actually probably draw a circle around them. I'm not going to do that here because I just don't want to mess it up. But as you're drawing them, before you put in your diagonal lines, you could probably draw a circle around them. Let's color in these too. There, I'm liking that. I am liking that. Now you could also, if you want them to stand out a little bit more, you could get something like, my yellows are getting used, but I think I could probably shade this in yellow. to say, oh, I've got another different type of motif in here you might want to look at. So you have to be careful here because it does kind of want to smear that black. But see, that kind of makes it stand out. And the same in here. Just kind of, instead of drawing a circle around it, color around it. So there's the back of my first envelope. And I'll do the front and then I'll go into fast forward and do all the others. There we go, like that. And let's do the third one over here. You could actually color all that in. Being very careful not to get too close to the black because it wants to smear the black. I should probably wait a little. I see I missed a black diamond here. Okay. How fun is that? You could go in and color these too. I'm not going to. I'm going to flip over here and see where I did not, over here, I did not push my page down and it came through. I did not push this inside paper down that way when I was doing those. But that's okay. We'll probably put something there. We want to leave room for the address and for the return address. And I'm not, on some of those I drew lines. I'm not going to draw lines on these. What I want to do is this flower on a chain. Should I do it all the way around here? And I want to leave room for a stamp. And I'm only going to need one stamp on these. I'm not going to need a lot of stamp space. So I'm going to start out by drawing the flowers. This is not a hard design. Well, actually, let's do the flowers first. Let's start in here. And I'm doing a 5-petal flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Want to leave space in here because our chain is going to come down in here. So I want to leave enough space in there for our chain. We could actually draw our chain as we go too. Let's just let's bring it down this way. And you can kind of sketch it because that's what I did over here. I sketched it. Let's bring it up close. See, I got several sketchy black lines in there. I'm not sketching it here because what I want. Gold with the blue might work. I might do that over here. Let's make it green again. Let's find my pretty green. I'm not sure is that the light green? Yeah, I think it is. Let's do the green again in here. This will make it look nice and springy. And I'm going to leave the white, the center white. See how I got the outside of that flower white? I'm going to leave that because I think that helps it stand out a little more. And I'm just coloring it in. That's all I'm doing. Very easy. A grade schooler could color it. I'm not sure. A talented grade schooler could probably draw that chain once they started on it. Now this one I don't have the petal coming clear up, but that's okay too. Let's go back in and color it in. And this is where I say, you know, I could put some of these motifs out there for people who just like to color. And then you could have them and duplicate them, do whatever you want. I might start doing that, but we'll see. So there's one side of our envelope with our flowers in a chain. Now I want to leave room for the address and I want to leave room for the return address, and I'll put the stamp right on there. So what am I going to do over here? How about that braid? How about that braid? We've already done the braid over here, though. Have I run out of motifs? Because I've done both of these. I've done that, I've done that, I've done that, and I've done that. I might go back to my curved diamonds. Let's do that. Let's do some curved diamonds. Now, because I want room for my return address, let's just darken this in along the... I like to darken this side of the envelopes. It just sets it off just like a journal page. And this is permanent ink. This is permanent ink. It won't rub off on anybody else's mail. This is not watercolor. So no worries about mailing this type of stuff on an envelope. It's all permanent. These are permanent markers that I'm using. Now, if you use a marker that's not permanent, I would not worry so much about it wiping off on anybody's envelope, but I would worry about it getting wet and smearing. It might rub off a little, but not so much probably. Okay, I'm going to do my diamonds and pearls, but you know what? I think let's see, I need to leave room for return address up there. So here's a diamond and a diamond and a pearl and a pearl. So a diamond, a diamond, a pearl, kind of darkened that one in, and a pearl, a pearl, a pearl. And I think I can actually come over here a little bit further because my return address can go into there. I mean, my address. So let's just keep going. I want my pearls to be kind of opened. I darkened that one. Let's go like that. Like that. So these are diamonds and pearls. I think it was Azure when I was cutting those doodles said, do diamonds and pearls. So here they are in a doodle Azure. Now I think I can go ahead and do one up here and just block my address in there. We'll be fine. I think I'll stop there and just come down like this. Very easy to do. Whoops, I need a pearl. I need a pearl. And I need a pearl. And a pearl. So kind of a pearl there. Bring it down, a pearl. Bring it down, a pearl. Just like that. And then we'll just put the diamond heads here. Now see the difference? On these diamonds, I did not do the same fancy work that I did here. Made a completely different design. These are my diamonds. Right here is a diamond, and it made the circles in there. So I think I'm going to color my pearls pink to make them stand out. Hopefully they'll make them stand out. We'll have pink pearls. How about that? May not make them stand out as much as I want, but maybe if I get a lot of them, it will. And so the next question is, do you want to color in your diamonds? I like it like this. I'm deciding. I am deciding. If I colored them in, how about this orangey gold? Kind of make it a Renaissance type design with oranges. Oh, let's see. We'll see how we like this. It's going to happen. It kind of, that orange and the black kind of fade into each other and make it kind of a coppery brown. I kind of like that. I should have made my pearls green. I'm not sure what would happen if I'd go back in and make them green or blue. Probably just darken them up. Now, so I'll just leave them. Maybe on one of the other envelopes, I'll change the color of the pearls. But can you see how fun this is and really how little effort, once you get making these, little effort it takes to do something like this? And you can just send it off, put a postage stamp on it, just put a piece of paper in there, say, thinking of you, or thank you for visiting my channel. That's what I'll say. I might stamp my Penelope stamp on it. Okay, let's do the top here. And I'm going to leave the inside circles blank. Ooh, I'm liking that. I am liking that. I'm almost finished here. But as I said, I'm just going to leave room for the envelope. I want this all filled in. So I could continue. I could do more of this type thing. And I'm actually loving it over here. Here I colored in the flowers, and it almost looks like a net. Here it looks like a cathedral quilt. Here it looks like almost a square netting, a mesh. What do I want to do in here, though? So I want to leave a square there. I think I'll go back to my diagonals. And I just draw those by hand. Diagonals are easy. What did I do with my black? Did I throw it in? I did. Let's just go back to my diagonals. So let's just say I want my address line to fall right about in there. I'll kind of define it here. Yeah, I'll come clear. Whoops. Sometimes my hand hits the edge of the paper or something and it'll bump my pen. Let's just do it this way maybe. Okay. So I'll have a kind of a space for an address line there. For an address. This, I do these diagonals a lot. I really do like them. I'll show you what I'll do on this one instead of just the dots. I want this one to go up and maybe one in here. It might be a little close, but... Oh, I got something going on out there. Okay. Maybe a long one in here and stopping right there. A long one there. Whoops. A long one here and here and maybe there. And then, of course, I do the diagonal. So let's start here, here, there, here, bring it down there, there. Actually, I could bring this one down just a little to make it look like there's a square in there. Look like there's a label on it. There. Bring that one down. Kind of come that way. Bring this one down this way. And actually, these can kind of start in here. Bring this one down. There we go. We're closing it up. There. Now, one thing I like to do on these is I like to make little flowers in here on different places on the fence, so to speak. And I just do them randomly. They're just random. They're not in any sort of a pattern, whatever appeals to me at the time. Let's make one here. And you might want a hint of one down here. One in here. A hint. Actually, I could bring these lines because that one comes clear down. Let's even these lines up a little. Bring that one down a little. We can do a little bit of a flower there. Yeah. And let's see, I started to do a flower in here. And let's see, let's do one here. Here. Oh, I didn't leave room for the stamp. I'm going to stamp right over it. I'll just stamp over. I know that I want my stamp to go up in here. I did not leave a blank space, but that's okay. I'll just put the stamp on it. I wonder if Kendra got hers. Those stamps on those envelopes really did not show up. That Kendra's envelope was really colored, and I put a watermelon stamp on it. And I wonder if it showed up. I hope she got it. All right. I guess I'll find out. So, shall we go in and color these pink again? Let's go in and color our flowers pink. Just doodling nail art. That's what I'm doing. I think those stamps that I used were farmer's market stamps, and the one that I put on Kendra's was really a colorful envelope, and it was a watermelon, and it might have blended right into the envelope with the color, and they might return it for postage. I don't know. Gonna have to have a sharp eye, those postal people. All righty. There we go. Now, one more thing I wanted to, because I always do it on these, and yes, I'm going to put some dots in here. I have to have my dots. I think the dots just dress it up. Make it look fancy. And sometimes I dot them too much and they start to blend in, but when I have a large area of white space, it really does add to it. And it doesn't not take that long to do, really. It does not take long. You just get in there and start doing it, and before you know, you're done. Okay. I might be turning on the light here when I do the second envelope because it's getting later in the afternoon, and I might need, well, no, you're seeing, if you're getting enough light, what I'm seeing in my laptop, we're still okay. Okay, there it is. So I'm going to do 3 more envelopes like this. 3 more like this. I feel like I need to do more in here. I feel like I need to do more, and I'm not sure what. I need these to show up a little bit better. If I add more triangles in here, it'll push them back. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to just highlight, draw lines around to make them show up a little more. Big black lines. Because I want them to show. Yeah, I like that a lot better. I like this a lot better. It emphasizes them. They were blending in too much in the background. There we go. There we go. I'm happy with that. So here's the back with the braid, and I'm calling this a filling stitch, and this is the variation of it over here. And these were my pearls and diamonds, but I ended up making curved little flowers out of them. This was my star flower and my star. And here's over on this side right here is my flowers on a chain. Here's my pearls and diamonds here. And I'm going to make these pearls black. That pink just blends in too much with the orange. Let's just make them all black because they deserve to be black. It looks very Renaissance. Very Renaissance here. There. That's better. Yeah, I'm liking that. Return address. This is just the diagonals. I call them my diagonals and dots. And with the little pink flowers in there. And over here is my flower chain. So I'm going to do 3 more envelopes like this. I'm going to go into fast forward. I've been working on this almost an hour and a half. Not too bad for a giveaway. And oh, look at the inside. I have to show you the inside because you can open this up. Look inside there. Look what's happening on the inside. You could open that up and make an art journal page out of it. Cover up even do a doodling spot here or cover it up and journal there. How fun. And I love what's happening on the inside. It's almost as vivid as what's on the outside. So the rest of this video will be in fast forward motion as I doodle. And then I'll close it out. And I got more videos I want to do. So I do think I'll turn on my light though. Okay, I have done 2 envelopes and I've gone about 2 hours and 20 minutes. I talked about everything too. I talked all about when I was doing this one. I talked my way through all these doodles. As you can see, well, you can't see because I put this one into fast forward. I need to darken my edges on the front of this envelope. Here's the backs. Here are the backs. They're very similar. The second one that I did went much faster. I believe this was the second one that I did here. It went much faster, but you won't see that because I put it into fast forward. But I've spent about 2 hours and 20 minutes doing both of these. Now, I imagine it'll go faster on my other 2 because I will be not talking. I'll just be sitting here doing them. I'm going to do them off camera. I'm not going to do a fast forward on them, but I did want you to see 2 of them. And of course, here are the doodles from game 4. I added this doodle. I really haven't put this doodle into a game yet, but I will. Maybe next week I'll put this doodle into a game. I do this a lot. I do this a lot with my fine line paint applicator. So, but it just made a nice filling stitch to block in the address lines. So I'm going to go ahead and stop. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page.